Hello MMO Zealots! Today I want to talk about a special topic. I want to talk about a trap. A trap that we can sometimes get caught in. A trap that is lurking in the dark corners of our own mind. And a trap that is maybe designed by the big game developers. No further mysterious behavior, let's hop into the video. But Soofus, what does copium actually mean? Well, that's a very good question, fellow MMO zealot. Copium is a combination of cope, creating a psychological defense of a lighter belief to deal with a harsh truth. And opium, it's a drug. Copium in Twitch chat refers to the use of a fictional drug to cope with a loss or failure on stream. Generally, it is depicted using a Pepe the Frog meme that shows the character hooked to a copium tank. So you can already guess it. The MMO copium trap is creating a belief system that acknowledges the upcoming MMOs as the new big MMO. That for sure is going to be the next big thing. Victims caught in this trap are arguably more prone to subjective reasonings with no actual objective data to show. They built their belief system on empty promises from game devs that clearly know how to manipulate the mainstream public opinion. They implement the idea that this is going to be huge. This is going to be the next big MMORPG. Later on this video we'll see even big $1 million schemes popping up just based on the hopes of a new MMO. But first we have to analyze a major issue in the gaming industry in general. Yes, people of the future, rise up to this injustice, to gamers and geeks alike, the lack of innovation. This is the harsh truth. The big pill a lot of players can't swallow, so they swallow other pills. We live in an age where games are being remade into remasters, remakes, and old school or classic versions of them. It boggles game developers' minds that they still can release an old version of a game and it will be even more popular as it was at launch. So why make innovative games anymore? If game companies just can cash out on older versions or remakes of old games? Are we as gamers, especially MMO gamers, really so affected by our past? Are we so manipulated into believing that the past was so much better? Or are we all running around with the rose-tinted glasses, complaining about what we have and had, and praising what was the golden era of the massive multiplayer online game? Why are game devs just not interested anymore into the pinnacle of gaming genres, in my opinion? Is it the massive dedication and the time input into making these games? Or are devs just discouraged by the huge risk involved in making a game that maybe didn't work out in the end? Well, I don't have a clue because I'm just a gamer and I'm not a game studio. But I want to address something really important that is again a harsh truth that we as MMO gamers sometimes don't see anymore. The ability to chill out and don't rush in MMOs like they are our life. We devour content like no other genre. We are an empty void that needs to be spoon-fed with loops of endless content, or the majority of the player base just disappears and call out the game dev for not making enough content in the game. In my opinion, that is the most disrespectful thing to do because we all know how much time and dedication it takes to do an MMO right. I see so much players hop into an MMO, devour it like it's their main job from 9 to 5, even quitting their real 9 to 5 job and social life to eventually hit endgame and then complain about how bad the game is. Like, what the fuck, dude? Is that really your life goal? Who are you? Well, I tell you, you're an MMO copium addicted doomer. Games are there to be fun. And if you have a good time with the right implementations of designs that support the community, then money will come to you anyway. Because people want to spend money on a game that they really like. Look at League, it's free to play and Riot Games is swimming in a gold ocean. Look at Blizzard. Well, fuck you Blizzard, especially the people who decide to make your games a wallet competition. I rather work in a coal mine and earn €5 an hour than to spend money on your stupid schemes. I loved your games. You are very good at making games, no doubt. But what the fuck is your problem? This brings me to the next part of the video, the hidden agenda, greed. Greed is an aspect that humans who are afraid of the future inherit. They want to grab all the money they can the fastest way possible. If money becomes the goal of creating a game, sorry, then the project will fail. We can look at this from another perspective. Some years ago, a game called Chronicles of Elyria wanted to cash in on hopes and dreams. They posted raw gameplay and footage of a clearly unfinished game. They got a huge amount of support, and yes, that support is especially money. From copium-addicted players who thought this project will revolutionize the MMO genre. Well, it turned out to be a total disaster for everyone because the game was a hoax. There was no game at all, it was all a big scheme to cash in and get out. What is the problem in this? Because there is a mechanism playing inside the MMO gamer that is very toxic. And I think I found the vulnerable spot. It is the fear of missing out, FOMO. So, if we as gamers don't stand up for this bullshit, then other game companies will just do the same. And you know why? Because you paid for that endgame armor in Diablo Immortal. And you know what's the saddest part about this all? They lure you in on FOMO. That's it. That is just work of the devil. It's a psychological warfare. They are abusing the people who are vulnerable to addiction and fear of missing out. It's disgusting. If I could puke on the monetization managers, I would. I don't want to be too negative about this video because I'm not a negative person. I don't think so. But there is a reality that we need to face as gamers, especially MMO gamers. So what can we do as gamers? And I think we need a clear and honest introspection into ourselves first. I agree there are some problems with the developers and the games they put out, but there's also a huge part that lies in us, the gamer. Otherwise, they wouldn't make money of those games. Believe me, I caught myself many times in this psychological mechanism that hurts not only yourself, but also gamers around you and even whole communities in the MMO genre. As enjoyers of the genre, we need to chill the fuck down. I really respect the people who are super passionate about their MMO and what they all accomplished in-game. But it's still a game, boys and girls. It is not real life. MMOs are here to create communities where we can go to if we want a great time with our friends and guilds. It's a place for people coming together. And the fun in MMOs lies especially in creating our own stories and content in the game. I hate to be spoon-fed like a baby. I hate decisions from higher-ups treating us like addicts. We are just a tool for them to make money from. This trend has to stop. How do we stop this trend? Don't let them sell you their dirty schemes anymore. The only valuable parameter for big game companies is the gold revenue. Is their game profitable or not? If we stop collectively buying into their schemes, I think we can make a stand. and the MMO community can unite and speak up against the greedy game devs. But first, we need to analyze the core mechanic on what these pay-to-win methods are based on, and that is our own fear and greed. So, question your relationship with MMOs and how you play them. Are you the type of player that wants to get to endgame as fast as possible to clear all the content and show your friends how great you are? Maybe take a step back and look at how you are sitting in the corner of your room playing video games. Take yourself and your games with a grain of salt. Taking yourself and your games too serious will hurt the community.